Okay, we are now going to create our first assembly. So, open up SolidWorks. And create a new document, but we're not creating a part this time. We are creating an assembly. So I'll click assembly and then say OK. And you will see the graphics area and your command manager appear, and your tool properties manager is open over here. It looks a little different because it is different. This is an assembly, right? So it has different tools so that can do different functions. So the insert component property manager should be up. If it isn't, or you just click out of it, some people do that and they're like, where did it go? Click insert components and it's back. Because that's what you're going to do. You're going to insert components or parts, I guess is just another way to say component, right? So open it up, or it should be open by default, and click browse to go select your parts. So here's our part. You click on it, you could open that and then drop it and then go get the other one, or you can be smart and just use the control modifier. So I'm pressing control on my keyboard, and that allows me to select multiple files at the same time. So select both of those and open, and then it will let you come into the graphics area and drop, or click to drop your objects or parts or components. And so there they are, and so you can see they're in, you actually have kind of some space defined now because you have multiple objects. All right, so now we have to start assembling it. So the terminology that they use here for joining parts or positioning two components relative to one another is the mate tool. So click on the mate tool, and we got to think about how we're going to put these two together, right? We know that the nut's going to actually rest on this, the base, or just the nut. Let's just call this the whole object, the nut, will rest on the base of the bolt here. So we're going to select the face or kind of scroll down or under the nut and select it, and then select the face right here of the bolt. And did you see how it animated and shift down to the correct plane? If you noticed earlier, it was a little higher up, a little more vertical than where it is now, but it actually shifted to the correct plane. So just click the check mark, and that means it worked. You're happy with the result. So we're still in the mate function. If you get out of it for whatever reason, just get back into that command, or tool I should say, and select this, the cut, the edge there, and then select the bolt itself and click check, and you're pretty much there. This one came together pretty well, pretty accurately, but if you look, it's still off a little bit. So I'm going to go and just do one more mate, and I'm going to click on this face and that face, and if you could see, it very subtly twisted it to be exactly perfectly in line with each other. All the faces will be in line with each other. So there you go. You've got your assembly created. Just check out of the mate tool and save your file. So go File, Save. We're in the SketchUp folder. You don't see anything because there's no other assemblies, so that's why you don't see other files. And then name it first name dot last name underscore nut dot bolt assembly. And say, oh, wait, one more thing. Include all reference parts. And then save it. If you forgot that last part, that last step, that's okay, I guess. In fact, I've never really even done that before or taught anybody to do that before because I just saw it. But that should include these parts together in your assembly, so it should make it a little easier to open in the future. But in either case, you have them all in the same folder, so you should be good either way. All right, so you're done with that. And at this point, you're going to go to the SolidWorks Resources section. You're going to go down to Tutorials. You're going to make sure that you're on the Getting Started tab here, and you'll see this Lesson 1 part. So click on it, and you can move from page to page with this navigation links down here at the bottom. And to find or access, you don't just read and follow along. And if you have a problem finding these tools, all of these things with the orange line around them, these buttons are interactive. So you can click on it and it will blink and show you exactly where that tool is, so you can so you won't get lost. So get started working on that, and that is all.